Today's episode, we're going to be talking about our kids being picky eaters. And Lisa and I, we do not have this all figured out yet. Part of this is just us having a moment to kind of complain just a little bit. And I mean, not in a bad way. I love my children. I would never give up being a mother. They are the light of my life. Yeah. But sometimes I'm just like, would you please eat something that's not a goldfish cracker? I've spent all this time making all this food and no, I just want the roll.
Yeah, I really think that Lily's on some kind of a hunger strike or something. She's mad and she's just not gonna eat. Well, so there are things that she will eat, but then there are things I wrote some lists down, and I think you'll find this funny. But okay, so list of foods that Lily will eat: chicken nuggets with ketchup to dip, corn, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, Holly's Puffs, popsicles,
Holly's
Meatballs,
Puffs,
yeah, cheese sticks, cookies and chips, yogurt, rice, and then ramen. When I make ramen, I'll make the noodles and then I'll drain the stuff so that the noodles taste like the sauce, but I'll drain the sauce and I'll put Parmesan on top, and she likes that. But then there's another list of foods Lily will say she wants and then pretend to eat. So she does this thing sometimes where I'll be like, eat your thing, and she'll go, and then I'm like, no, but you said you wanted this. You said you wanted it.
Yes.
So eat it. Don't lick it. Take a bite of it, please. You haven't eaten anything real. She has this big imagination, and so I feel like her entire life she's just pretending to do things, and so she's pretending to eat the very real food that's in front of her. But I'm like, no, this is real food. This is it's time to actually consume, right? So I mean, I don't know. I think it's a normal toddler thing. I feel like every mom that's listening to this is yep. But yeah, I don't know. She's just, I don't know. And I feel like it's really easy for me to fall into ruts. I'll find something that she actually eats, and so it'll be 3 things, and I'll just interchange them every day. I'm not one of those moms that really puts thought. I wish I did. That's one of the things that I feel really bad about. The comparison game, it's worse when it's food related stuff, because just, I don't know, especially lately with everything going on, I just haven't had time to really put any thought into things. I'm I know she'll eat this and she needs calories, so I'm just gonna give her the calories that she will eat, so that she, I mean, and she's still pretty, she's skinny, she doesn't weigh whatever, so I don't know. And some days she won't eat, and then it worries me because Holly has trouble eating, and so I'm like, Lily, oh my god. And then Paul's always well, she'll eat when she's hungry. I'm also not one of those people that will force her to finish things if she doesn't want them, but we have started, because she'll want something and then she won't really eat it, but then she'll want something else, and so she'll ask for something else. And so we've started telling her okay, I don't think you're hungry anymore because you won't eat it, right? Because if you were hungry, you'd eat this thing. You don't have to finish this, but we're not going to give you anything else, kind of thing. I don't know. It's just, it's a struggle. It kind of goes back to the last episode when we were, talking about boundaries and stuff. I don't want her to grow up traumatized because mommy made me mommy wouldn't give me dessert or something, something weird like that. But it's just, I don't know, sometimes I'm just eat what I give you,
And I think you and I are kind of the same, where I'm I don't care if you finish everything. If you finish all of it and you want seconds, that's awesome, great, but that's just bonus points, at least try it. At least just try it, or make a nice, a significant dent in the plate. And then she'll take a bite of something and she'll be I'm full. And I'm okay, because I do want her to learn how to listen to those cues Like when she is full, I do want her to stop. And I'm like, I don't think you are, because you only had one bite. So I don't think you are full.
Yeah.
And then I don't do dessert all the time, but every now and then we will do dessert. And she's like, oh, well, I'm hungry for ice cream, or I'm hungry for brownies. And I'm like, well, but you said your tummy was full. She's like, well, my tummy isn't full enough for that. I have room in my tummy for ice cream.
Like I have room in my tummy for like a bunch of candy all the time. I mean, I could eat, tortilla chips. I mean, I'll go ham sandwich on some tortilla chips, but
Me too.
but it's that, kids will eat what they super like, even though what they super like isn't always the healthiest thing. And so like it's a struggle getting her to like healthier stuff.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen it, but they have these cookbooks where you're like sneakily putting healthy food in their food. Have you seen those? I can't remember her name, but I'll look it up during one of the, I'll look it up during a break, but it was, I can picture it right now. And I think she came out with 2 cookbooks, and it was like how to make brownies and cookies and mac and cheese and all this stuff. But you like boiled these vegetables first, and you puree them, and then you sneak them in, and then the kids are eating them and they don't know. And I understand, like, okay, I think that might be a good idea. Like I do often I'll puree like some carrots or something, and I'll throw that into the mac and cheese. It's like the same color, so they won't see it. But on the other hand, I'm like, but I want them to see that it's a vegetable and like realize like, hey, this is good for me. I'm going to eat some of this, Yeah,
because later in life, like when they grow up, when they're adults or whatever, I mean, you want them to be able to make that choice and to choose that thing that's healthy. But if you just keep hiding it and stuff, then like they don't know that it's in there. And so like they won't know. So when they get older, they're just going to eat the stuff that like doesn't have that healthy stuff mixed in. The stuff that looks like, oh, mommy would give me this all the time, but it's actually like, then they get like really fat and they're like, why? And it's like, well,
yeah, well, mom was mixing in flaxseed and zucchini and all these things, so like, I get it. And like, yes, sometimes I will sneak something in there, but I really want them to be able to look at it and say, oh, this is a vegetable, or, oh, this is good for me because it has vitamin A, or I don't know, it's good for my eyes. It's good. It's got protein in it. Yeah. And like, oh, I should eat that because that'll help make me strong. Or the biggest thing with my littlest Molly is she loves Rapunzel, and she loves Rapunzel's long hair, but she doesn't have long hair yet. It's like still, we haven't had a haircut yet because it's still like coming to shoulder length. It's not quite there yet. And then we'll just like cut it and then it'll do its thing. But I'll say, like, oh, well, this food has protein in it. And as far as I'm aware, I'm not trying to lie. If I'm wrong, someone correct me, but I'm pretty sure protein makes your hair grow. And so I'll say, hey, if you want to have really long hair like Rapunzel and strong hair, you got to make sure you're eating some protein. So here's some protein. And again, if I'm lying, like, I'm sorry, just someone correct me and I'll fix it. But I'll do things like that. Or like, hey, this is really good for your eyes. So if you want to have super good vision, you need to eat a couple of these.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I might steal that. Just because Lily really she loves learning things and stuff. So maybe that will be a way for me to be like, this vegetable has this in it, or like this like protein. Like, do you want to be big and strong? Like, so
like Louisa eats protein. I'll be brushing her hair, and I'll we're just like having a typical day. We're getting ready for school, and I'll brush her hair, and I'll just go, oh, Molly, I think your hair grew a little bit because did you eat that chicken last night? And she's like a big open mouth smile in the mirror. And I'm like, cute. I think it grew. Or I'll do it at school every now and then. I don't do it all the time because I'm trying to keep it special, but we do the Pledge of Allegiance every single day. And if you haven't seen a kindergartner do the Pledge of Allegiance, it'll just like melt your heart. It's the cutest thing because they can't say anything right and they don't quite put their hands in the right spot, but it's really cute.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I need a video of that ASAP.
Yeah, we stand until they'll stand up and I'll go, did you guys like grow an inch last night? Did you eat your vegetables this week? And they're all like, oh, I think I did. Yes. And they're so proud. I'll do that every now and then. And they'll be like, yeah, I ate my veggies, Miss Brittany.
Oh, That's cute. Yeah, I mean anything, anything you can do to like make them feel confident. I mean, the thing about toddlers too is that they're not consistent.
Oh
So
no.
like, one week, they'll eat like these things and you're like, okay, cool, they like these things. And then the next week they like want zero to do with those things. And so it's always, I literally looked up. So I was in the pickup line to pick up Lily from preschool, looking up on my phone, like meals for toddlers, because I was like, I'm sick of cooking her chicken nuggets. Like I'm getting sick of the chicken nuggets, cheese, corn, like mac and cheese thing. Like I want healthier stuff for her. And so like it was like a list of like 80 things that like a lot of which I had the ingredients for my house. And I was like, I'm just like super late. I mean, lazy mom till the day I die. Like I always say that, but yeah, I'm one of those moms that gives her kids chicken nuggets a lot. So sue me.
Yeah, Clara's lunchbox is very often she has a peanut butter and jelly in there. She loves peanut butter jelly. If I let her, it'd be peanut butter jelly for breakfast, peanut butter jelly for lunch and dinner, and then snacks in between. It would be just peanut butter jelly. And then with Molly, it's buttered noodles. She loves buttered noodles.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that the other day.
That's all she wants. And so I'm like, I will give it to her on the days when like I don't have time to think of something else. And also like I'm Molly's teacher, so if she wants to throw a fit at lunchtime, I'm gonna be the one who has to deal with it. Which, okay, so speaking of lunches and teachers and all that, because there is a delicate balance. Like, yes, we want our kids to learn to like vegetables and eat healthy and blah blah blah. But if you know that your child like despises pickles, don't send it to school, because then I have to deal with it. And I'm like, all you have in your lunchbox is pickles. Like,
oh my God. So, I mean, I'm not a teacher, but Paul is constantly, well, not constantly, but he used to do this a lot where he would give her something that like I knew she hates and like he should know she hates. And sometimes he does know she hates it, but like it's healthy. So he wants her to eat it. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I'm gonna have to clean it up. Like, yes. I'm gonna have to mop it up off the floor or whatever. Like, can we please just make my life a little bit easier? But I mean, I get it. You want them to eat healthy and they can't just eat. I can't just make my daughter frozen chicken nuggets every day, which I don't. Okay. It's like 3 times a week. All right. All you judgies out there. But no, like, I mean, so I recently on that list, it had meatballs on there. And so I actually discovered frozen meatballs.
I don't make my own meatballs anymore. I always buy them frozen.
Yeah.
Lifesaver.
Yeah. And they're actually like, they're good. I'm not a cook. I mean, sometimes I pretend I am, but like, I'm really not a cook. So anything that I can get frozen, I'll do it. But so I discovered frozen meatballs and she likes those. But it's so hard. It's just hard. And so this episode is about how feeding our children is hard. We're going to share some tips at the end, and then we'll talk about in the next segment here after the break, we're going to talk about what we do and what our kids eat and things like that to give you guys some ideas or commiserate with people. Okay, so be right back. Welcome back from the break. So Brittany, you found the cookbook, right?
I found it, and it's really cute. And I was just telling Lisa, I totally bought this cookbook before I had kids, and then I never used it. So her name is Jessica Seinfeld. So she's the wife of Jerry Seinfeld, the comedian. And the first one is called Deceptively Delicious: Simple Secrets to Get Your Kids Eating Good Food. And then there's a second one, which is not showing up right now, but that's the first one. It's really cute. And like, I appreciate all of the thought that had to go into it. Like, I get that. And part of the cookbook I remember reading at the beginning was she was saying she couldn't even get her husband to eat vegetables. And I'm like, sir, you are a grown man. And I understand we all have preferences, but we need to lead by example, and so you need to try some vegetables if you're expecting your kids to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's my problem. Mine and Paul's problem is like we both eat like shit. So like so do our kids, but like we're trying really hard. But like everybody talks about like baby led weaning, and like I was on board with that, but then I was like, wait, but we eat like pizza and like junk food and whatever. So like, no, we're gonna make her, anyway.
Yeah. Like, here's some Doritos and Twizzlers because that's what mommy's having for lunch today.
Yeah, like here's some wine. I'm just kidding.
When you're a mom, like sometimes we just don't have time. Now these past 2 weeks, I've started drinking protein shakes at lunch. And I don't want to be that person who jumps on the protein shake bandwagon, but I need something that's quick and easy and it has a ton of vitamins and stuff in there.
Yeah. They call it the toddler diet for a reason. Yeah, toddlers, like anything they can do is steal what you're eating. Like Lily will have something that I know she likes, I know she loves, and she's eating it. And then I will sit at the table with my dinner or my lunch, and she literally will be like, but can I have some of yours? And I'm like, no.
No, let me have this.
Yeah, like please, like I haven't eaten anything all day, because like she wakes up in the morning, her eyes like burst open, and then she just doesn't stop talking or moving until she's unconscious at night. So so I'm like trying to get myself together, and then I don't have time to eat anything because she's just everywhere all the time. And there's like a little tiny, like gonna be one at the end of the month, and I can't even believe it, little nugget on the floor, and I'm like trying to protect her from this like tornado, right? So I don't have time. So yeah, so protein shakes, I might have to make those like my go-to thing, because they are quick, and I don't think that, hey, that's something that Lily won't steal. I don't think she'd like them. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, when we're talking about kids being picky eaters, like we'll try and bring it back. Like I was a picky eater growing up, and like some of it, like I look back and I'm like, Brittany, you should have just tried the casserole. You should have just at least just tried a taste of it, But then the other hand, I'm like, yeah, but like even now I'm an adult. Like I cannot stand peppers. I don't care if they're sweet or not sweet or cooked or raw. No peppers.
You're like Paul. Paul's like that too. I love bell peppers.
No,
I love them. I don't like the green ones. I love the sweet ones, the red and the orange. Ooh, they're so good to me. But then like I told Paul, and he was like, oh, they taste like garbage. And I'm like, no, they don't.
Yeah. So like there's things like, even now as an adult, I'm like, I just like really do not like that. Like, I don't want to eat that. And so I will make some accommodations for my kids. Like, I know at the moment, Clara like does not like corn unless it's on the cob. She will eat it on the cob, which is weird because I was the same way when I was a kid. I wouldn't eat it like loose on the plate, but I would eat it on the cob.
It's fun to eat it on the cob. I still prefer it on the cob, but like I'm an adult, so I understand that it's the same corn.
Yeah, like and I'm like, why do I like it when it's on the cob? I don't know. It's the same thing, but it's not the same thing. Maybe it's just about the experience. I'm like a little kid at heart. So if I'm making dinner and I'm doing vegetables, I will make sure that if corn is one of the vegetables, I have something else that Clara will really like. Like Clara loves broccoli. Praise the Lord, she loves broccoli. Oh
my God. So I'm jealous. Lily hates broccoli.
So she'll have that, and Molly will have the corn because Molly likes corn, but Molly hates broccoli. So I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I can get a bag of frozen corn for like $1.99. I can get a bag of frozen broccoli for $1.99. They're both very inexpensive. I'll just buy both bags, and then we have it. Everyone's happy.
So Lily likes corn, but like she doesn't eat any other vegetables. And like I feel like the worst mom because she just doesn't eat, and like corn is the only vegetable. Is corn even a vegetable?
I was wondering that the other day because I like eating popcorn, which I know once it's popcorn, it's like it's lost all of its nutritional value. I know.
Yeah, but
I'm like, is it a grain?
Popcorn is a grain. Is it popcorn that's the grain and then sweet corn is the vegetable maybe? Yeah, let's Google that, because
Well, is sweet corn a grain? Whole corn, like you eat on the cob, is considered a vegetable. The corn kernel itself, where popcorn comes from, is considered a grain. Corn on the cob is not the same as corn kernels.
no.
What is happening? I don't know. I thought it was the same. I thought they just like dried it and like
it looks like that. Yeah, how I found out that popcorn and sweet corn are not the same kind of corn. Puppy dog pals. So there's an episode where Bob and the puppies are having like a movie night, and so he was like, oh no, there's no popcorn, so Arf couldn't make the popcorn, and so they go on a mission to get some popcorn, and then there's like a field with like corn on the cob, like corn growing, and then like I don't know if it was Rolly or like somebody was like, hey, here's some, and like somebody else was like, no, that's not popcorn, and I was like, really? Anyway.
Oh, silly, everyone knows that.
Like, tell me more. Like, anyway. So yeah,
I didn't know that. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, like kids shows are the best, dude. You learn some stuff, and like it's stuff that I definitely should have known earlier than like a couple of months ago. But so let's talk about menus. So I'll go into like a typical day with Lily. So in the morning, Lily, she wakes up and she'll have milk in a bottle. Nobody judge me, please. We're still on bottles. Okay. I feel like we've all been through enough over the past 2 years. She wants a comforting bottle. I'm going to give her a comforting bottle. Okay. Just so, okay. Because like, I know that somebody's going to be like,
they're already typing away on their phones.
Like they're already like, they're ready. Yeah. People, oh God, people today are the worst. Anyway. So she'll have milk in a bottle, and then I'll give her, like an apple bar. So she likes, I'll give her, it's kind of like, it's not a granola bar.
It's like the Nutri-Grain. It's like, it's like squishy.
Yeah, the squishy. Yeah, but it's apple. It's got Sesame Street characters on it. But I'll give her some of those. Or I have like waffle cookies. She'll eat that. She'll eat grapes, whatever. But then lunchtime. So lunch and dinner, we give her the same kind of stuff. So there's no, so she'll usually have we'll give her chicken nuggets with ketchup, because she will not eat chicken nuggets if there's no ketchup to dip them in. I learned this.
So does she dip the nugget and then suck the ketchup off and dip it again? Or does she like actually bite the nugget?
She bites it now, but she used to not. So it was like, so we introduced her to chicken nuggets and she was really into them by themselves. And then I think she got bored. And so recently she likes ketchup and stuff. And so she'll have that and fries, or she'll have that and then some cut up cheese stick or some corn or something. And then we'll give her like apples, or like, I don't know, like we try to keep it like as healthy as we can. Right. But yeah. And then like the meatballs, the new discovery of the meatballs, I'll do that. But we don't have a lot of variety. It's just like, I hate it. I wish I was more like you. Like, I feel like you are always like, I look at your Instagram and I'm like, yeah, I could cook her that, or I could make her that snack or whatever. But like, my name's
those are only on my best days though.
Yeah, that's true. Like we talk about that too, like Instagram, like, it's not real life anyway, but yeah. So I'll do that. So that's lunch and dinner, are those things. But that's all she'll eat. Like, I don't know, like we've tried green beans, right? She'll smush them in her hand and then just like throw them on the floor.
Yeah, she won't eat them.
Yeah, and then peas, the same thing. She likes to play with peas. She likes to squeeze them, and then she's just like drops the mic, like she's just like, and then what else have we tried? We tried carrots. So carrots is one of those that she'll lick it, and then just put it back. She doesn't like it.
Like a baby carrot.
So yeah, I've started like frying them in some olive oil. Like I really like carrots like that. So I'll eat those. And then of course, because mommy's eating it, she's like, oh my God, I want some. And so then I'll give her some and she's like, yeah, thank you. And then she'll like take it and go, and I'm like, or like, it's just this child.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's a typical meals like for you?
Yes. So in the morning we have like our routine, because we have to be out of the door at 7 if we're going to get to school on time and get the doors unlocked and all that stuff. So we wake up, and then lately Molly has been eating those, like, you know, those mini bagels, like little ones. So I'll pop one of those in the toaster. And then I put cream cheese on it, and I try to get her either like a yogurt, like those Go-Gurt things, or a cup of milk. Because I read, and I could be wrong, but I read that having milk in your stomach will like keep you full for a little bit longer than just like drinking water. So I try to do that for her. And with Claire's lately, she either wants oatmeal, which apparently I can never make right. Like Michael has to come and tell me all the science behind oatmeal and cooking the oats properly. And I'm just like,
he's got his goggles and he's like, all right.
You have to get them to like a boiling temperature for like a minute. And like, I'm like, okay, no, just, you know what? You make it. Okay. Because I made it today. And it was so soupy. And Clara, she was like such a great sport. She took a bite and she was like, ew, like, but not like rude about it. She's just like, ew. And he's like, what's the matter? And so he like picks it up and like, you know, he makes it like fall off the spoon in front of me, and it's like super dripping. He's like, look at this. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God. I'd be like, get out of here.
You go make it. So whatever. So she likes oatmeal, or she'll have cereal, which, by the way, for April Fools, we froze her cereal like I did it the night before, and it was so funny.
Oh my God.
I put it in a bowl, and I put the cereal and the milk, and I put the spoon in, and I stuck it in the freezer. And in the morning, I put it on the table, and I'm like, all right, get dressed. I got your breakfast out, blah, blah, blah. So she comes over, and she's like kind of groggy, and she sits down, and she picks up the spoon, and like it like all came out. Like,
oh my God.
And she's like, what?
That's amazing. I'm definitely going to do that when the daughters are older. Thank you for giving me the idea. Also, I'm writing down mini bagels.
Yeah, they're so
awesome.
easy. And you can make them into little sandwiches, or you can put jelly on them. You can put whatever. So that's breakfast. Then lunch, like I said, Clara loves peanut butter jelly, or I try to give her whatever like the leftovers are from the night before, because she's pretty good about eating leftovers and not being super picky about it. So she'll eat that. Molly, it's like butter noodles, or I'll try and boil a couple eggs and have her eat that instead, because that's got protein in it. But then sometimes she'll only eat the yolk. And I don't know, maybe that's the healthy part. Try and throw some granola bars in there. I try to throw like some fruit, like applesauce or a banana. The bananas are hit or miss. Either they are on a banana kick all week and they'll eat the bananas, or they come back and they're all bruised and gross, and I have to like make banana bread with them or something.
Oh, banana bread. Oh my God, I love banana bread. Sorry, you said banana bread.
I just made some chocolate banana bread this afternoon, and it's really good.
You said banana bread and my mouth started watering.
You have to put sour cream in the banana bread if it's going to be good. Just like a quarter cup of sour cream. It's good. And then dinner. So I like have like a little schedule, or like at least a routine, I guess, a template. I have a template. We always do some kind of breakfast for dinner sometime. It can be waffles or pancakes or just like basic scrambled eggs. We do some kind of breakfast for dinner. We do some kind of noodle. It could be spaghetti or some kind of Asian thing, whatever. We always have pizza on Friday, so that's easy. So I always do at least those 3 things. I always have pizza on Friday. I always have some kind of noodle dish. I always have a breakfast for dinner. And Sunday, I just do sandwiches, because Mike goes out and grabs bagels, and we come back and we have sandwiches.
Oh man, I need to get all of your tips. Like, can you just like be?
I will write these down, and I'll, maybe we'll make like a printable or something too.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. So just because I have all these different things doesn't mean Molly's going to eat it though. Because I try to make one new recipe a week. I try. I don't always do it, but I try, because Mike gets bored and he's all like cultural and like smart and stuff, and he's like, oh, this is I don't know, he like knows stuff, and I'm trying to like impress him.
What, he knows things? Ugh.
So I'm like, oh, this originated from South Africa. I don't know, I'm trying so hard. But yeah, and I'll have rice as a side dish, or noodles, or I'll make biscuits. I have these really great biscuits I make. They're super easy to make, and I know Molly will eat that. Like, I know for sure, but I also know it's just carbs. That's all it is. And it just like breaks my heart when that's all she will eat off of her plate is just the carbs. And
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Well, we're going to talk about a few tips in the last segment, like what to do about it, but they don't always work.
Yeah. So be right back.
All right, so welcome back. This is the last segment, and hopefully you've been able to relate to us a little bit with the struggles.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is so real. And now we're going to share a few tips. I've got a couple resources and some ideas to maybe make things a little bit easier for you. So,
all right. So my first tip is, so if it's something that they'll eat, but they're not crazy about it, try to give it to them by itself, like as like a first course. So like chicken nuggets, for example, like she, if we desperately need her to get some protein, like we'll just, give her chicken nuggets, but we don't want her to have ketchup with it, right? We'll give her a bowl of chicken nugget pieces like by themselves. And then, tell her like, we'll give you this after or whatever or something. And so she can eat that. And then when she's finished with that, we'll give her the rest, because Lily is notorious for, if there is something else on the plate that she likes more, she's just going to eat that and she's going to ignore what I want her to eat. So if it's something that like they will eat, like if they're hungry, they'll eat it. They're just not like super fans of it. Or that they like something better, than just start with just that. And that way, like they're focused on it and then they just eat it. And then you can, it makes lunchtime last longer too. So, hey, while they're taking longer to eat their full meal, you can scroll on your phone for longer.
Hopefully they're hungry. And so they'll see it and they'll be like, okay, I'll eat it because I'm hungry.
Yeah. Tip number 2 for me is dipping sauces. I'll usually, so for chicken nuggets, she was getting bored, and so throw a little bit of ketchup. Or also, like, it makes it fun. Like, so she just likes the dipping part. So I don't even think it has to be, you can like make your own sauce if you're like Martha Stewart or like super fancy, not like me, but if you, just anything to make it more fun, I guess. And so dipping sauces tend to they make it fun. And, one day we did, like barbecue sauce. And so she tried some barbecue sauce, and then she was like, oh, this one's kind of spicy. And I was like, yeah, a little bit. And so I don't know, it just makes it more fun. So they're, then she ate all of her chicken nuggets, and it was great. And then also this one. So we've been like, if she says she's done, but there's like a ton left or something, and she says she wants dessert or whatever, we'll say, okay, well, I'll tell her, like, can you take one more bite for mommy? Like, will you take one more bite? Because it's just one more bite, right? So it's not going to kill them. So, I try not to I'm not going to force Lily ever to finish something if she doesn't want to finish it, right? If she's full, but if she's asking for something else, and it's not like a crazy, like I have to cook a whole new, because I'm not about to cook a second like full meal for my child.
Right.
But if she wants I don't know, she wants like something for dessert or something, I usually tell her, okay, like I can give you that, but you need to finish this first, or you need to take 3 more bites of this, right? And then that way, and if you put a number on it too, like that, it makes it easier, because then they're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, so that they're getting it down, and then you can give them what they want, but at least they get a little bit of what it is. I don't know. That's what we've been doing. But yeah, again, I don't force her to eat, but I'm not gonna it's hard to tell sometimes, but sometimes she you can tell she's definitely saving room for cookies or something. And I'm like, nah, girl, like you got to eat the food that I made for you. Okay. I'm like, I see you, I see you. But yeah, anyway, those are my tips.
Yeah. So I've got a few here, and some of them, I don't know, some people might think, oh, well, that's just common sense. Well, Maybe some of us just needed some common sense, okay? We just need to be reminded. So there's an Instagram account I really love, and it's called kids.eat.in.color. So kids eat in color.
Oh.
And she focuses a lot on like babies and toddlers, and my kids are kind of beyond that, but I still really like her content. And it's about getting your kids to eat the rainbow, and about like, you know, when they're toddlers, one day they might eat a whole bunch of food and then the next day they'll only nibble. And she talks about, and she's very reassuring on how like this is totally normal, it's a part of their development. Or she'll say, okay, well, maybe you are having tacos for dinner and you want your kid to eat a taco, but they've never eaten a taco before. So first night you do tacos, first you give them the taco, but all disassembled, you know, so they can see like, yeah. So just really practical things like that, where it's like, okay, we'll put the beans over here and put the cheese over here and whatever, just so they can see it. And then like slowly work your way to like a full taco, and they can try all the different things and see if they like it. And so I like her a lot. So it's kids eat in color with a period in between all those things. Kids.eat.in.color. Cool. There's a few books I found. So I've only read one of them, but the other two looked really, really good. So the first one is called Every Night is Pizza Night. That looked like a lot of fun. And so basically the idea is that this little girl wants pizza every night. And so she gets it, and then she gets tired of pizza. So then she starts trying other foods, and she finds out, hey, I like these foods. And then she still likes pizza, but it's like special, kind of like it is for us. Like I would love to eat pizza every single night. Like if I lived all by myself, I probably would, but yeah, I save it for Fridays because that's like our special family things. Like, yeah, it's Pizza Friday, we made it. The next one, I really like this one, is How Does a Dinosaur Eat His Food? Aww. So cute. There's a whole series, like how does a dinosaur go to school? How does a dinosaur get well? And it's funny because you have the illustrations have like this giant dinosaur like sitting in the kitchen, and like there's this typical like human-sized mom just like making food, and the dinosaur is trying to sit at the table, and he's like, it's so funny. And so it begins where like the dinosaurs don't want to eat their food and they're making gross faces or they're throwing it. And then it says, does a dinosaur throw his food? Does a dinosaur whatever, stick his tongue out? And then at the end it goes, no, a dinosaur sits nice, a dinosaur tries a bite, blah, blah, blah. It's very sweet. And the next one is I Can Eat a Rainbow. And that one's about basically all the different colors of food and what they can do for you. And like, it's okay to have ice cream, but if you want to grow, you have to eat apples and cucumbers and whatever. So practical ways I wrote down to get kids to eat new foods. And number one is something my pediatrician said, and it was exposure, exposure, exposure. So they don't like carrots the first time. Okay, we'll just keep trying. Maybe try them raw, try them roasted, try them boiled, try them, you know, just keep trying. Yeah. And eventually they'll try it. You know, they'll get it. It's the same thing like I do with letters and numbers in kindergarten. It's just like I just keep throwing it at them, and one day it's going to stick. One thing I did with Molly, was I let her pick the vegetable. So we're at the grocery store, and I'm like, this kid will not eat anything. So I'm like, hey, you pick what vegetable are we having for dinner tonight? And she liked that, so she got to go pick it out.
That's cool. Then, yeah, because that gives them a sense of control. I like that a lot. I might do that with Lily, actually.
Yeah. I don't even care what it is. And like, I'll take her to the produce section and be like, look, any of this, it's like in, is it Mufasa in the movie? He's like, everything you see is yours.
Everything the fluorescent light touches.
Yeah. You can pick any of these. So we did that, and that was fun. You can get a kid's cookbook from the library. I know Sesame Street has a cookbook, and kids will like doing that. You can make food from one of their favorite storybooks. Like if there's a page in the book and the family's sitting down and having dinner, or the character is eating something, make that food.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll eat it then. Like there's a Pinkalicious is a really great book, and she turns pink because she eats too many pink cupcakes. And to get rid of it, she has to eat green things. And so she's eating like pickles and cabbage and all this stuff.
That's funny. That's cute.
It's cute. Yeah, she gets her color back. So like the cookbook, involve kids in the cooking process. Now we're going into spring. So like grow a garden, let them pick out the seeds, let them help. And then I've had kids eat things straight off the vine in the garden that they would never eat on a plate. It's insane. I don't understand. I'm like, it's not even like ripe, and they're like chomping on a green tomato. And I'm like, ew, but okay. I guess. And then the last thing I have is you just have to be patient, and it's so hard. It's so hard. And then all the mom guilt kicks in because you're watching all these big mommy influencers, and they're like, I grow my own grain and mill my own flour and made these biscuits, and I have, I don't know, whatever. My kids live on broccoli and spinach, and it's all organic. And then I'm like, here's your chicken nuggets. It's hard, but just keep at it. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah. Getting kids to eat healthy is tough. Sometimes getting them to eat anything is tough. So I feel like there needs to be, a balance. There's there's got to be you can have healthy stuff and you can have fun stuff. Like you have pizza night on Fridays. I think that's great. It's something to look forward to, right? So they do have their healthy meals, and then they get to have some fun. So I think that gotta make it fun for them. I liked your idea of involving them in the cooking process too, or like having them pick their own vegetable or whatever. Like that's great. So yeah, some really great tips. So yeah, be sure to let us know if you liked those tips or if you can relate to whatever we were saying. We'd love to hear from you. Comment us. You can send us messages, anything you want. So, and without any further ado, bye.
Bye. We'll see you next week.